just put you in my life. But I won't fuck it up this time. Even though my anxiety's setting on time. I don't wanna pressure you, but I can't help but question you, 'cause I don't really let nobody this close. Whatever this comes to, I'm glad that I met you. And I want you to know that you don't have to answer yet. 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 I got codependency issues I'm trying to deal with, but that don't mean I don't want nobody to build with. Don't want that superficial, I want that real shit. I'm trying to motivate you and help you heal shit. I don't wanna pressure you, I can't help but question you, 'cause I don't really let nobody this close. But you don't have to answer, yeah. You don't have to answer, yeah. You don't have to answer, yeah. You don't have to answer, yeah.
Hello and welcome to the third installment of OPAL Radio, a series where I delve into my favorite thing ever, independent artists and their music. It seems that I'm on my podcast grind, but don't worry, singing is still my first love. So I go by urfriendgrace, and today I am joined by Jbreaux. Jbreaux is an independent artist hailing from Chicago, whose music is indie pop and neosoul. So welcome, Jbreaux, and welcome, Jordan, to OPAL Radio.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. I'm so excited to get into this because first and foremost, you are hilarious, by the way.
Oh my God, please, no.
Like, your personality, like, it just, oh my gosh, excuse that sound. Your personality just shines through so much. I follow you on TikTok, and your content is so good. Like, you're hilarious.
No, thank you so much. Thank you. Sometimes I'm like, oh wait, people can see me.
Yeah, I feel like, especially with TikTok, it's like, you just, I don't know, there's so much funny content on there, and it's like, sometimes you forget that, like, that people, like, be actually looking at it, because sometimes, like, I don't know, the algorithm and stuff, it's like, you just don't know who's gonna see it, basically. But yeah, no, I love it. Please keep the videos coming. Okay. I get a kick out of them. Okay, so I'm gonna move to the first question of this interview, which is pretty basic, general, just so we can get to know you a bit. How did you first start in music?
Cool. So, as far as singing and just being around music and loving music, that definitely started in my childhood. I grew up around a lot of different genres, so I have a lot of different influence. I sang in church all throughout middle school and high school. And in college, I sang in a choir. So, like, you know, I was, like, involved in music in that way, but it definitely wasn't something I was, like, creating or prioritizing up until 2020. When the pandemic hit and I was, like, senior year of college. Actually, I think it was, like, at that time, it was my 5th year. I don't know. I spent 5 years in college. And all to figure out that, oh, I want to be making music.
Yeah.
I want that to be my career. But, yeah, that took place in 2020.
Okay. Cool. That is almost like that is the same thing that I that I kind of went through in terms of the year. 2020 was definitely a year of realizations. So that's cool that you also kind of had that epiphany in 2020 as well. Yeah, and then also it's so cool that your singing background is kind of integrated into your upbringing with church and everything. That's amazing. So my second question is, how has navigating the music world as a female independent artist been specifically? Because as we were talking earlier, it's definitely a boys' world, I guess, in a sense. Yeah. So if you have any insight on that.
Okay, absolutely. It's been, okay, I accredit growing up with two brothers, like living in boy world.
Yeah.
I accredit that to me having this mentality of like, okay, well, I'm just going to put my work out and like dominate my space, because it's male dominated. So I feel like if you put yourself out there in a way that's like, accept me, listen to me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like it can cause you to be kind of overlooked or not taken seriously by said males.
Right.
So I feel like, yeah, I just kind of like jumped in it swinging and just like showed genuine support to every artist I came across, which were very few women. It was literally mostly men and males. So I would just show genuine support, put genuine love out there, and really listen to their music, because, you know, I love rap and all kind of different genres. But I definitely had to have like that awareness of like, yeah, this is, like you said, a men's territory.
Yes.
The industry, the field, all of it. So I don't know, I think I just moved through it with like confidence and like, you know, you do have to maneuver a certain way, but I don't know, I think it's kind of cool, because it's like, it just proves like we can do everything they can. Like, I could go on my like feminist rant, but I won't do it.
No, yeah, I 100% agree. Also, just like carrying yourself, like you said, with that genuine nature, I feel like everyone will just accept that for sure. I've spoken to like some of the other artists I've spoken to. We've kind of talked about kind of having your guard up in some situations, and but also like ultimately just knowing your worth as well is definitely super important. It goes back to like, that genuine nature and that belief for sure. So kind of tying into that, possibly, what is a major lesson that you've learned within your creation? Now, this could be a lesson that you learned yesterday, or, you know, maybe something that you learned when you were first starting out, anything like that.
Okay. These are really good questions, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
Okay, so the biggest lesson, I would say just don't think, like literally block out, whether it be actual opinions or just like the fear of opinions and, you know, what people think. I know that sounds so cliche and like everybody says that, but actually putting it into play and really learning and mastering it is a whole different thing. But I think that's like, once you do that, you know, artistry, being an artist, people don't realize how much courage it takes to like put your heart on your sleeve in a song or a painting or a clothing design, whatever it is, and then like putting it out into the world. It's so vulnerable. So like, I feel like my biggest lesson has just been like blocking out, because there will be people who need what you have to put out and who are ready to receive it. So just like focus on them. If anything, focus on that and just like block everything else out. I'll say that's my biggest lesson.
Right. Yeah, that's literally so real. I also, like, you said that, you mentioned that it's like kind of a cliche, but I feel like there's a reason why cliches are considered cliches, because, you know, a lot of people have lived to like kind of tell the tale sort of thing. I feel like, you know, that is really good advice just across the board. So thank you for that. And so my last question is, are there any specific aspirations for the future of your music? whether that's, say, like an end of year goal or maybe a 2023 type goal, anything like that.
Yeah, cool. So, I would definitely say that I would love to get discovered and or signed, by 2023 for sure. That wasn't always a goal for me, but it's become more of one recently just because, like, with the type of music that I really want to create, I want to reach a lot of people. So, like, that's like my ultimate goal is just getting discovered.
Okay, awesome. I definitely think that's super attainable. I love the vibe of your music. It's so feel good, for sure. And the lyricism, everything. I think I saw that you you performed live recently.
Yes, I did. I did like a live show back in July. That was my first one. And then like very recently, there was like this open mic. There's this woman in Chicago who like basically opened up this space for like Black creators and artists to showcase their work.
Oh, that's amazing.
Someone like sent me. Yeah, it wasn't like a big show though. It was a very small, intimate gathering, but it was really cool.
That's awesome. And how was that? How did it feel? Just in general.
It was dope, just like connecting with people. Like,
yeah.
I really like being in a space where everyone is present at the same time. Is like so, I don't know, it's just dope. I love that music can do that. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's awesome. Especially like live performances. I feel like that's so cool. To be able to say that you've done that. So yeah, just honestly keep doing them, keep going, and yeah, you'll definitely get there. I love everything that you're about, for sure.
Stop, you're so
so yeah, I just want to thank you so much for agreeing to do this little interview thing. Make sure to check out Jbreaux on all streaming platforms. Follow her on Instagram, all that good stuff, and I will definitely include all of those links as well. So yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Hello, and thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of OPAL Radio. This conversation with Jbreaux was so incredibly grounding. It was so amazing to finally get to sit down and talk with her about our passions, our music, our creation, our creative process, our journey, and above all else, getting to know her a little bit more as a person was amazing. I loved it so much. I highly, highly recommend looking into her discography. Her music is just wellness in song form. Like, it is so incredibly grounding. It has elements of patience with yourself, forgiveness, just overall really, really feel good. Regardless of what mood you're in, it will make you feel at peace. So yes, thank you so much again, Jbreaux. I can't wait to see everything that you do in the future and beyond. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.